Hello everybody. I really hadn't expected you to see this view anymore, but I just got a comment on my video. Sorry don't remember your YouTube name. You'd ask or said you wished I gave more information on the tools I used. I never even thought about it. They're relatively new to me. I've been picking some stuff up lately and trying it out. I guess the one thing that everybody uses are the drill bits for the circuit board drill bits. I love them, but they've always been kind of a real pain if you try and use them in a pin vise. I've bought hundreds of these things. I shake really bad and they just snap on me. So the ulterior to that, and I've drilled 100 holes now with one bit and haven't broken any, is this little unplug it here, this little drill press. I seen it on a long time ago, Instagram. They're selling them on there for, I want to say 160-ish, somewhere like that. I didn't want to pay that much, and so I got on Amazon, started looking around, and I found the exact same drill press in the 70s, maybe 80, for the same name brand, same everything. If I can figure out how to put a link below, I will. If there's no link, I didn't figure it out. It does not come with this green mat. I bought three mats, the 3x5. I bought 3 of them. This unbolts right here, and this comes off. I cut the mat to fit and then drilled holes in the mat and then screwed this back on with the screws it came with, just to make a cool little cutting mat for it. It's great. It's all metal. This part is aluminum. This is a steel shaft. I just moved it, a magnet stuck on here to stick my little chuck to. It moves up and down, go all the way to the top. I think the company that sells it online has a shaft extender, but you probably seen in my video, I had an engine block standing up long ways in here. When I bought this, I actually bought another, because they sell a vise that goes with this online on the website that sells this, but it's a very expensive vise. It's $60 some that matches this. I wasn't willing to pay that. I bought a El Cheapo vise. I should have had that ready, but I think I might have even thrown it away. Well, it wasn't that El Cheapo, it was $20, $30. But it was a piece of junk, and it was way too big. You've seen it in the beginning of that other video. So I went back and bought this little vise, which I like quite a lot. And it has these little pegs. Sorry, I'm trying a different camera here. It has these little pegs that stick down these holes. Again, I'm not prepared. I just decided to do this. Little pegs that stick down the holes. Turn it down here a little bit. There. Little pegs, holes. Just stick in. You can move them around. That way you can put things in there. Screws in and out. It's got a hole in the center. I guess you could put a peg in there. Or just, I've used it to drill down through whatever. I've used it to lay it on the side and hold things to drill. It's a great little mini vise. Works perfect with the drill. I mean, it's perfect size for the drill. Again, found on Amazon. $14, $15, something like that. It's got a spring in the center. find my camera, sorry. A spring in the center to help kind of push it open. It could probably use some oil, but I don't want to put oil on it because I don't want it on my model parts. Sorry, I was drinking a Pepsi. Just hand it in front of the camera. The only thing I did not care about is the drill press. Well, I don't know if I'm moving down far enough. The drill press, when it comes, you plug the cable in, which is fine. You plug the cable into the side, and then geez, how far down are we going to go? It has the variable speed on the side, and that's fine. But the lead cable from here to the plug-in is only about 1 foot long. But the cable going from here to the drill press is 2 or 3 feet long. And that just gets in the way. So I used another one of I got a 3-pack of these little pads. I just made a little wooden box and glued one of these on top and just fastened my little converter box to it, ran the cable through, and just left enough coming through the other side to go to the drill press, and then stuck all the other cable inside the empty box, and then just ran this over to a little cord on the desk. That way I got rid of all the extra cord that's laying around. Now I can just set the little drill press on top of the box. And I like the box because that raises the drill press up to where it's another 4 inches, I guess, up off the workbench. You don't have to bend over all the way to I'm making you sick, raising up and down. You don't have to bend all the way over to the workbench and try and get down to the bench to see where you're drilling. It raises it up, and you can get if you have one of these magnifiers like I do, you can get that down and actually see where you're drilling. And I like that. I like that a lot. And then while I was doing that, I went ahead and used the 3rd top and just made a 2nd box at the same time. And I can just set that on my workbench to use to, put my vise on, to work on parts. It again raises the workbench up a little bit. Or if you need to have something to lay along the edge and you want to file, flatly along the edge, it just gives you another surface to work off of. And it's a nice sturdy little block. And then another tool that I just passed my birthday that my wife got, that I had seen on again TikTok, one of those, is I have no idea how you say it, that name display, just that one is the like the little pin sander. It has all the different size or different shape sander things that come with it, and it comes with all the sanding. I don't know if I can get to where you see the actual, well, you can see I took one out, the different shape sanding things. There's 1,200 maybe different little sanding things, like all different grits. And I use it actually on that motor. And you can see I have the triangle on there, and it works really well. It just moves back and forth, different speeds. Yeah, there we go. I think it says it only lasts about an hour. Not super long, but I have USBs and stuff in the computer right here. The computer's over there. I run them over here, and I can just plug it in right there when I'm done with it. And but it seems to work. It'll save a lot of sanding, especially on like car frames. I hate sanding car frames. So that'll sorry, my speaker just shut off. I got a Bluetooth speaker. That'll save a lot of sanding on that. So if I remember what I just told you about, that will be in front of the video segments I've already started. This should be, and I'll tell you all the parts and bits and bobs. The only other thing I can think of is I made all the holes that were being drilled were for, I 3D printed the, I make all my own stuff. Of course, everybody probably knows that. These cards I was making are all bolts. These are a 0.6 bolt with a 0.8 head. And the other card, the bigger card, with a 0.6 bolt with a 0.9 head, which is the bigger ones. And I don't know that I got enough of a color contrast for you to even see. Let me see if I can angle you down here a little bit. I got them all in the front of the motor. It's probably not going to focus. Yeah, I may have to try and zoom it in manually. But I've got all the bolts in. And I don't know if there's going to be enough of a color contrast for it to even show up. I've done the aluminum block, and then I pre-named all my paints back here, but I couldn't read it. I think it's titanium. Don't know. But I don't think there was enough color contrast to actually show up the bolt heads. I wanted more of a kind of a goldish tint to it. And I don't think I got it. Well, I know I didn't get the goldish tint, obviously, but I don't think I got the contrast I wanted. So that's what the holes are for. I drilled out all the fake holes and put in real bolts. Resin bolts, not real bolts. Okay, so I'm going to shut up now, and then we'll get on with the other stuff. So, alright, well, from now on it'll be non-talky, probably.